Wish I could explain to you, but if I do it, you will not lose. Maybe we're happier apart, and if I'm honest, every better if we start. Better now than soon. I promise you that it'll be cool. Lately, been breaking my own heart, holding on, yeah, waiting for bad luck. I'm too weak, letting you know that the half of me is just for the show. I see it clearly in my sleep. I'm dreaming, being dreaming. One call and you'll be off my mind. I told you, keep me in doubt, won't doubt for a second. And now I know I'm running. I see it clearly in my sleep. Keep dreaming, I'm bleeding. Doesn't make it too big of a problem. Neither I or you is going to solve them. Go on, baby, speak from the core. Or you do you and keep on ignoring me. Lately, been breaking my own heart, holding on, yeah, waiting for bad luck. I'm too weak, letting you know that the half of me is just for the show. I see it clearly in my sleep. Keep dreaming, being dreaming. One call and you'll be off my mind. I told you, keep me in doubt, won't doubt for a second. And now I know I see it clearly in my sleep. Keep dreaming, I'm
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, the session will start now. Yes, good afternoon again, NR colleagues and everyone. I'm one NR Sig, and my co-chair is the Garab. He's joined with us online. And on behalf of NR Sig, thank you to each and every one of you, and welcome to joining NR Sig session at IPNIC 58 online or on-site. As you know, the chapter of NR Sig is to share information relating to the operation, policies, and process of national internet regulatory, with the aim of promoting close cooperation both among NARs and IPNIC as well. At this session, there are 6 presentations from the IPNIC, KRNIC, KISA, TWNIC, CNNIC, VNNIC, and IPNIC as well. After the presentations, we had a panel discussion with the topic secure, sustainable internet infrastructure and the role of the regulatories. And we had a quick update for the NAR, so we hope that we had more time to discussion at the end of the session. Let's start with the first presentation. I would like to invite Koki Nakagawa from ZPNIC to stay with us, ZPNIC update. Yeah, welcome, Koki.
Hello, I'm Koki Nakagawa from JP Nick. We are satisfied with the lunch, and so just a little bit sleepy. But I quickly update JP Nicks. Let's start. Uh, this is the statistics and activities, our updates. First one is the IP resource holder distribution for in JPNIC. IP member is the total of IP resources allocation and 521 plus 12 organizations compared with February 2024. And in all of these, IPv6 holder is 362 plus 5 organizations compared with the last meeting. Legacy resource holder is the 915, decreasing the 11 organizations. Legacy resource holder is the someone return the addresses and someone do the transfer to any other organizations. This is the IPv4 stats. About 400,000 /24 IPv4 address allocated in JPNIC. This slide is the IPv6 stats. About the 5,632 IPv6 address is allocated by JPNIC. Next slide is the ACE number and the IPv4 transfers. ACE number, 2 bytes ACE number is 632 organizations, and 4 bytes is 180. Now, IPv4 transfer trend is the change in Japan. So before 2023, we did the internal transfer is the most cases. But in 2024, we did the most cases is the go out other registries for airing or LibNCC. And the AS transfer is the only one case, totally is the 70 cases. Last four statistics, the slides, JPIRR is the maintain object totally 422, and ASET is the 323. RPK is not so much change. The number of areas using RPK in Japan is about 350, and areas who created lower is 272. Adoption rate is around 70% in Japan. So the statistical informations. Next one is the activities. So we will did the tech events for in Japan. In July, we did the Internet Week showcase in Fukuoka. Internet Week is regularly held in Tokyo in November. This showcase is held in local area. In this time is Fukuoka. And we did selected the 2023 program and any other local program. In this time, collaborate with QTNet in Fukuoka. In this venue is the focus on the esports. We did the esports program in this time. This event's attendee is almost 70 to 80 per day. For other events, regularly Japanese technical seminar is held in hybrid in August. And the DNS hands-on and the RPK hands-on is did July and August. Also, the collaborating with JP communities, we did sponsor the Journal 54 in Nara. We did the gold sponsors, and our colleagues joined the committee and the staff. And this time, cooperate with JPOPF. This is the Japan Open Policy Forum made the program. Let's look into the field of IP address management and distribution. This program introduced the system of APNIC and JPNIC's policy development and the trend, introduced the trend of the policy proposals. Also, under other nodes, in Japan, a local area node is so active. So, for example, the E node, Q node, TD node, Chu node, Naniwa node. We also joined this event and shared some policy informations. This is the last slide. Japanese Open Policy Meeting, JPOPM. This event is independent for JPNIC, hosted by the JPOPF steering team. 46 JPOPM held it at the June 21. This is a hybrid event. Total 79 attendees are joined. This time, we did the informational sessions under the following topics. Who is user study class, and JPNIC APNIC policy wrap-up, and fellows. We did the fellowship in APNIC conference, and fellows experience in APNIC to talk. And market transfer, ICP2 revision, with accuracy, robustness of alliance. We didn't do the proposal of the policy, but we need to keep continuing the place of the discuss of local language policy discussion place in Japan. That's all. Thank you for watching.
Yes, is there any question for the first speaker? Okay, just I have a question, quick question. Yeah.
Yep.
How are the hot topic of internet in your OPM meeting? Can you share the detail, the hot topic? Yeah, I saw that. I think you last.
Cannot change the slides, but some. Oh, thank you. Hot topics is not related to the resource management. For example, sometimes introduce about leasing situation in AP and any other alliance situation, and some topics of in Japan's cases.
Okay, what's your the opinion of the community about the leasing? They think it's good or not good?
Almost all is not good, but we needed to share the information, any other regional cases, and in Japan is not showing the leasing cases.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Koki-san, for your presentation. Yeah, any question? Okay.
Let me supplement something. Kinori Maimura for JPNIC. JPOPM has, we collect a relatively small number of people, but that's organized by the JPOP Open Policy Forum steering team, which is a fully volunteer group. And then that steering team is really, take time to coordinate the program, and then it is really great. Even if we don't have any proposal, we have a lot of informational proposal, including trend of the unit price of the IPv4 address, or some really gossip-ish topic pertaining to the IP address usage. And sometimes I feed ICP2 revision thing, and then the mass fed the topic of the NIR FUIS, and then he's now campaigning that agenda in this ethnic conferences. So that's really great, small but great gathering. I love that. That's just for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
Okay, thank you, Ariko. And also, it's very interesting for the sharing from the Japanese. And thank you, Kogi-san, again. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, we will next to the next presentation. Yeah, I would like to invite Kisa colleagues. Yeah, BD and yeah, with Sanzang with several update from Kayanik. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sang-Yeon Gang, and I'm from Kisa League. It is a very pleasure to hear at APNIC after a long time. Today, Billy and I are going to talk about Calyx activities this year briefly. Let's start with some statistics. As of July of this year, Calyx has 1,074 members. One of the 305 IP users, 3 less than last year. And AS numbers users are 769, which is 9 more than last year. 19 pro members are ISP and others are independent IP users. Next slide shows IP address statistics. Calyx has allocated about 112 million IPv4 address so far. And this is about 6,000 less than last year due to some IP users going out of business. For IPv6 address, we have allocated 5,259 /32 prefixes with no new allocations this year. Next slide is AS number statistics. We hold 1,105 AS numbers. 956 are allocated to ASN users. Next is the Calyx activities. Every year, Calyx organizes technical seminars for ISPs and others. In the first half of this year, we had 3 online seminars and 1 on-site seminar. Seminars on BGP and RPKI are scheduled for September. In June, we co-host the KR-led 2024, the largest internet conference in Korea. And we chair a session about DNS, BGP, blockchain, and privacy enhancing technologies. We also attended the 13th KRIGF and host a session on routing security. Okay, next. Billy will continue on the next page.
Hi, my name is Billy. Maybe I can just do here. Maybe Sang-Hyun, you can help me to change the slide. So you've been heard about IP address management in Korea and also technical event which happened in Korea this year. And except that, I also wanted to share another important event that we're proud of. This year, we had a 9th Asia Pacific Internet Governance Academy. For your information, that's a capacity development program on internet governance issues targeted at youth. This year, 39 participants from all over Asia Pacific region participated for 1 month. 1 week. 1 month would be much better, but we cannot do that. But anyway, in second largest city in Busan, we had a talk the comprehensive issues, not only IP address, domain name issues, and other internet governance issues as well. So you can see the nice pictures there. And next slide, please. Yeah, so far we produced about 300 plus APGA alumni, and also 10th APGA is ahead of us. And with that, KISA hopefully want to see this meaningful event to be globalized with the like-minded organization, not only APNIC, but also other NIRs. And as far as I know, there was already local APGA in Taipei, right? Taiwan all had yes, APGA. It's good, which is good, and we want to see further other meetings, local APGA in Asia Pacific region, and we can bring this to global arena, like such as global IGF, and we can tell them our issues and initiatives, and I think it's very meaningful. And except that, also I want to share with our activities with other NIRs. With VNIC, a couple of months ago, we went to Hanoi and had a joint workshop. We talked with VNIC about IP address management, but also domain name and other internet governance issues, and which happens every year. We take turns. We visit Vietnam, and they visit. Next year they will visit Korea, and I think it's very good to have to strengthen relationship in between NIRs. I think that's very important. And also another activity, what we are thinking is we're going to have a MOU with actually this is not first, but renew MOU with the JPNIC. And for that, I think we will have a Maimura-san's sometime September. And also, I just lastly, I also want to stress out what we had. Actually, it happened 2023. We had a very meaningful meeting, but it's domain area. But we had the APTLD meeting under theme of Internet for All. And I think we just didn't stick to domain name issues, but also we went through a lot of important internet governance issues. I think it's very meaningful, and KISA always open for discussing more this kind of internet governance issues, and we want to have it in the future again. And also, I think there are a lot of large room to grow up for this session as well. So for that, I would like to thank for the current chair one, and I think hopefully other NIRs can participate actively. Yeah, and I think this is with that. I think this is all I have. So.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for the update from Kayanik. Do you have any question or comment? If you have no question or comment, I just would like to thank again for the Kayanik and Kista College to update with us today. And I hope that in the near future we can have work closely with all of the NIR to have a more activity among the NIR to make the role of the NIR better in the future. And thank you again. Yeah. Okay, we move to the next presentation from TWNIC update. I would like to invite Wen Yu Chen go on stage and give us the update.
Hello, everyone. I'm Wenyu from TWNIC, and today I will present TWNIC update. And I divide into three parts. It's about statistics and the activities and training program and some conclusion and future works. Firstly, it's about statistics of TWNIC's IP member. And now we have a 332 IP member with various service type, include fixed network and mobile network and some startup companies. And TWNIC has allocated 132 and 422/24 IPv4 addresses. And they allocated 2,581/32 IPv6 addresses. And most of our members have obtained IPv6 addresses. And Taiwan IPv6 user availability is 60.34%. And Taiwan IPv6 global ranking is 10. And next is about the TWNIC RPKI service. Number of routing about IPv4 valid prefix is 93.2%. And the IPv6 valid prefix is 97.7%. And the RPKI ROA space cover ratio is 92.18%. And the ROV ratio is 73.69%. And next is about our some activities and the IP training. We hold 5th ICANN APEC TWNIC engagement forum with 41st TWNIC IP open policy meeting on April 23 to 24. And the 42nd TWNIC IP open policy meeting will be held in Taiwan on October 23. And we are the local host of APSIC 2024 in Taipei. And the event held on August 18 to 20. And there are a total of 26 international fellows and 14 local fellows. And the APSIC fellows are familiar with internet governance and have participated in national schools or any other activities related to internet governance. And we also the local host of APRIGF. And APRIGF and TWIGF 2024 will be held on August 21 to 23. And this conference had a total of 1,060 registrations with 671 participants attending in person and the rest joining online. And so far, we hold 3 times IP training. We cooperated with EPINIC to hold 2024 TWNIC EPINIC joint training. And the course topic is about BGP security and the attack countermeasures. And there were 37 participants. And we held 2 local IP network communication trainings until August this year. And the course topic includes IPv6 network security, protection technology, and the IPv6 IoT, SDN, and SRv6. And there are around 100 participants. And we will also be collaborating with APNIC to host a 3-day network automation workshop in November. And last is conclusion and future works. And TWNIC has 17 members so far in 2022. And TWNIC was the local host for the 2024 APSIG, APRIGF, YIGF, and successfully complete the meetings. And we plan to hold 2 IP open policy meetings in 2024 and execute abuse content validation every half year. And we will continually hold the IP training and activities. And we encourage and help Taiwan ISPs and service providers to manage RUAs to increase the RUA coverage. And that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, we open floor for any question or comment for the update.
Thank you very much. I can remember for the record. I'm curious that please go back to the ROV percentage page. Yeah. ROV, please. Okay. I am curious about the reason of the dip of, from the 70-something% to the 50-something%. We see the very clear dip there. Dip meaning the decrease of the percentage. Do you have any reason?
Yes.
Okay, this is Tim Wang from TWNIC. Because we found some ISP in Taiwan, they implement the ROV, they drop the invalid with the router, but maybe their customer, maybe their VIP customer, and complain to them for the inconvenience. So maybe they disable the ROV. Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Arikuri-san and Tim Wang for the answer the question. It's interesting case study from TWNIC. Also, I think we had the discussion session. If you have any question, we can open the door at the end of the session. And thank you again, Wenju, for interesting update from TWNIC. Yes. Now I would like to invite Zhu for the TWNIC update. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. The TWNIC update covers the list aspects: Internet development in China, the membership, IP&S allocation, the training program, and the IPv6 deployment in China. First, the TWNIC released the 51st China Statistical Report on Internet Development in August 2024. According to the report, China Internet users has reached 1,099 million, accounting for the Internet penetration rate have reached 78%, and the mobile Internet users has reached 1,096 million. And by the end of August 2024, we have 1,300 members, and which covers the ISP, IDC, CDN, and manufacturer, pharmacy, education, and so on. About the IP&S allocation, by the end of August 2024, TWNIC has allocated more than 330 32,000/24 IPv4 address in more than 28,000/32 IPv6 blocks. About the S, we have more than 1,200 S numbers. In April, we organized online training, and more than 200 people attended the training. And we plan to organize an on-site training in November. The topic is IPv6 and DNS. And we plan to organize 2 trainings in next year, on-site, maybe online. Finally, I like to share with you the latest IPv6 development statistical in China. By the end of May 2024, the IPv6 active user in China has reached 794 million, accounting for 72.7% of the total internet users. And the active terminal has reached 1,765 million. The traffic of the mobile internet network has exceeded 60%, and the traffic of the fixed network has exceeded 20%. The IPv6 support rate of the IDC and CDN has exceeded 19%, and the cloud service and the DNS has 100% support IPv6. And the IPv6 support rate of the major portal website has exceeded 19%. And now the top 200 apps has 100% support IPv6. That's all I want to share with you today. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. Any comment and question for the update? Yeah, if you not, I have a question. Yeah, I just wonder about the number of IP member in CNIC. Yeah, I think it's the decrease in this year. Can you tell us why?
Because you know the transfer, the IP transfer, so the number is clear. Yeah.
The transfer from CNIC to another.
From numbers to numbers. Yeah.
Oh, number, because the 99 members, it's a very last. For example, in Vietnam, we have only more than 1,000 members. The 10% is very large for us. However, it's yes, great information from CNA. Thank you again, Andrew, for your presentation. Okay, I think it's can you have the slide to Andrew? Yeah, for the great presentation. Okay, I will move to the next presentation. That's okay. Thank you, Andrew, again. Yes, I think it's it's the next presenter for the update from VNIC. Yes, I just not update. I just give you the case study of Vietnam for RPKI and IPC as well, because we heard a lot of the security, the IPv6 and TNSSEC in last meeting, in last session yesterday. And also I would like to give you the information from Vietnam to deploy IPv6 and RPKI. Yes, the measurement of Vietnam, you can saw in the screen, and we, yeah, in the overall, I believe that there's a greater number of the company deploy IPv6, and I believe that the ISP or mobile operator deploy IPv6 as well. And so we got the 22 economies got more than 50% of IPv6 adoption. And also in India is the first, the first rank for the IPv6 adoption. And in this our region, we had India, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Japan as well. And it's a case study I saw in the APNIC Club, and I think that the result of IPv6 depend on the ISP and mobile operator. In India and also in Malaysia as well, it's the same case, same experience, how to have the great IPv6 adoption. The biggest ISP and biggest mobile operator in the key of companies give faster to can help the deploy IPv6. Yes, for in Vietnam, we also the same story like that. We had focus on the big 4 biggest ISP and mobile operator in Vietnam, and also we got more than 60% of IPv6 adoption, and also we look forward to increase the IPv6 adoption rate in this year and the next year as well. And also for ISP and also for the government agency and IDC cloud hosting provider in Vietnam, we promote them to deploy IPv6. That's for RPKI. So we know about that the security is important for the internet, and we are the internet as well. And also we look that the internet will be more secure, stable, and will help us to stay on the internet. So RPKI is so popular on the world. So in Vietnam, there are some the big upstream provider in the world deploy IPKI so good. For example, Amazon, TTNet. Also in Vietnam, we have the VNPTF, PT, Viettel is one of the top AS number with the most BTP with the various ROA. Yes, the detail of Vietnam, we also promote RPKI, and we are very interesting that the NAR also promote RPKI as well. And I think RPKI and ROA project is a very long time ago, maybe since the 10 years, or 7 years. We first we heard about RPKI from APNIC, and after that we promote them in our community. Yes, our activity, I think, is very important story in Vietnam, because we are very lucky that we are under the entity of the government, the Ministry of Information and Communication. So we had a report to the government and can have some policy to promote RPKI and IPv6 as well in Vietnam. The detail I can share with you that in the screen. So I just quick give you the key issues that we have the support from government, the policy from the ministry and the government as well. And we can support the company and government agency can give understanding the importance of RPKI and IPv6 as well, and support them to deploy RPKI IPv6 within their network. Some of the policy in Vietnam to and in this year we had the Prime Minister of the government on promoting the information and communication infrastructure master plan, and we look forward that can deploy RPKI and IPv6 in our internet in Vietnam. Some we have also have plan for year by year to deploy IPv6. And RPKI, we had look forward to 2 stages. The first stage, we promote all of the IP members, can create ROA, and after that, we promote the ISP and other AS operator deploy ROV. Yes, we also have the official letter to our member to help them can understand the importance of ROA and ROV. And great news that we also had a good number of PKI in Vietnam. Yeah. Sometimes in the same as NAS, we had a lot of the training cost for our member. And also we had a consultant meeting with the government agency and also the ISP as well to can help them promote RPKI and IPv6 within their network. Yeah, there's some picture for the workshop and this year we focused on the IPv6 security and RPKI workshop. Also, we had some conference like APNIC conference. Yeah, in Vietnam, we had the VNIC Internet Conference. In this year, we are happy and would like to thank you, APNIC, so much for joining with us and support us to have the great conference in Vietnam. Also, we had many, I think you are here in week, right? Okay, the new DC of APNIC also joined with us, and thank you again for all of you. And also, there are some familiar friends from the APNIC, LANIC, and KISA as well joining with us at the VNIC Internet Conference this year. What next? Yes. I think I will give you some information about the new event in Vietnam. There's an APTO, the 86 Queen in Vietnam in Da Nang City. Yeah, in this month. I hope that you can join with us in Da Nang. It's the beautiful city. And also, if you not have attend the APTOD in the, I think in next year, APNIC city will be held in Da Nang also. And also we had the VNIC NOC in Hue City. It's the NOG conference. And I hope that you can join with us online or on-site. It's up to you. And also we have the IP member meeting. And also we have a lot of activity for promote IPv6 and RPKI in Vietnam. That is our target in the next 5 years. Up to now, we are on process to make plan to how to can promote IPv6 and RPKI in Vietnam. And also we look forward have IPv6 only for IoT 5G cloud as well in Vietnam. And also for RPKI, we also look forward to the own ISP or IS operator to deploy RPKI role within their network. That's all my presentation. Thank you so much. Yes, any question or comment? Okay, because we had the panel discussion, so you can have any question at the end of the session. And now I would move to the next presenter. I would like to invite Tom Harrison from APNIC can share with us the ADAP. Yeah, please go on stage.
Okay, hello. My name is Tom Harrison. I'm the Registry Product Manager at APNIC. And today I'm going to be talking about security and sustainability with RDAP, particularly as it relates to the national registries. Okay, so what is RDAP? RDAP stands for Registration Data Access Protocol, and it's the successor protocol to WHOIS as defined in RFC 3912. And it covers both Internet Number Resource servers and domain name servers as well. Like most APIs these days, it's HTTP based. It uses JSON for the data format, Unicode for encoding, and TLS to protect the transport. It's highly extensible. It's one of the really fundamental things about it is this idea that extensions can be developed and distributed really easily. There's an IANA registry where people can register their extensions, and then those extensions have an identifier that can be included in the RDAP responses so that clients can figure out what's going on very easily. So if there's a successor protocol to Whois, what are the problems with Whois that prompted this work? So really, most of the problems with Whois reduce to the fact that it's almost unspecified as a protocol. So there is an RFC 3912, but it pretty much just says open a connection on port 43 to a server that you already know about, send it a line of text, you'll get back some text, and then you close the connection. So it doesn't say anything about what the format of that data will be, how it will be encoded, etc. So there's just not much. There's not much that's there. And particularly when you're talking about Whois servers that was set up 30 plus years ago with more of a local focus in how they were doing things, it's not really that surprising that you end up with quite a bit of divergence in how the implementations work. And because Whois doesn't have anything around extensibility, these decisions made a long time ago end up hanging around for quite a while. At APNIC, we try to work around this to an extent by having the NIRs with their Whois servers send us data in APNIC's Whois format so that we can publish it at whois.apnic.net. But it's a lossy translation because we have ASCII encoded data. We don't support multilingual data in Whois. So it's a partial solution at best. So how does RDAP fix these problems? Well, it defines a single format, single character encoding, single transport. So that's all better for security. There are fewer paths that need to be covered and so on. It uses TLS, so you get transport protection and server authentication, and Whois over port 43 doesn't have anything for that. From a sustainability perspective, RDAP has this way of getting to the authoritative server for a query. So it's actually built in part of the protocol. If you have an IP address, you can get the IP address registry from IANA, and then you'll find out which RDAP server to query. And this is much better than with Whois, where you need to find this stuff out of band. And if you've ever looked at the code for a Whois client, it's got a lot of heuristics and things like that to figure out what server to query, and it's really a mess. So RDAP is much better and more sustainable in that respect. There's extensibility, which I've already talked about a little bit, and also the fact that it's a common protocol for internet number resources and domain name registries means fewer paths, means easier to manage and sustain in the longer term. So how does the current RDAP setup at APNIC help? With RDAP today, rdap.apnic.net, we have that APNIC source Whois data and the ASCII mapped NIR source data. We've basically projected that into the RDAP format, and it's available at that server. What that means is we get the benefits of TLS, redirects, so finding the right server, extensibility, and the fact that it's a common protocol. Particularly with extensibility, RDAP is pretty active in the standards space at IETF. Just this year, there's been a redaction RFC published, a reverse search RFC published, and there's also an RIR search document that's in progress. So APNIC is looking at implementations for some of these in the next 12 months. But there are areas for improvement, particularly around the lack of multilingual data in APNIC's RDAP server. And there's also the fact that there's PII data from the NIRs that we also don't have at APNIC. Today, that means that if you want a full picture of what's going on, you still need to have resort to those NIR Whois services to query them to get that extra data. It's not quite as simple though as just asking the NIRs to give us that data. At least for some of those PII things, the regulatory regimes in these different countries means that some of that's just not possible. It's not possible to send that to another company, but there are ways to work around this. So for example, JPNIC is working on an RDAP server, and then once that's finished, when we get a query for a JPNIC range, we can just redirect to the JPNIC server, and then that will have all the multilingual data and etc. And more generally, this problem space is something that we're actively working on with the NIRs. One thing I just want to mention at the end is that RDAP is not some sort of new thing that's going to disappear because of these problems. Each RIR has deployed this service. ICANN has made big investments in it. It mandates its use by GTLDs, has it's defined a response profile, and just a lot of related work in that space. And even though there's nothing that mandates that ccTLDs support RDAP, the coverage there is actually pretty good. So if you run a ccTLD, then the idea is that you're supposed to, if you make an RDAP server, you're supposed to register it with IANA. So if somebody queries for that, for a domain name for that ccTLD, they'll go to the right server. But there are actually quite a number of unregistered RDAP servers for ccTLDs that appear to do the right thing. Now, if you take those into account, along with the listed RDAP servers, you actually get to 82% of domains under management covered by RDAP, which is pretty good considering that there's nothing that mandates support from those ccTLDs. So there is more work to do with RDAP, but it's a robust base that's going to be around for a long time for getting this work done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Is there any question or comment?
Hello, my name is Tuan from Phoenix, and as in your presentation, ADAPT have a lot of advantage in compared with the WHOIS. And my question is why a lot of people still using WHOIS, and when ADAPT will complete, at least replace the WHOIS system, and about the strategy of the Epic to deploy the ADAPT to and replace the WHOIS system.
Part of the reason is just if you have a bunch of scripts that work with WHOIS, then you may not have a huge amount of motivation to shift from WHOIS to RDAP. I think that's probably one of the bigger things, and we see this over and over. If you take one thing that stands out, and it's a little bit off to the side, but at Aaron, they have mail templates for doing WHOIS updates, and then they want people to use this new API-based system. And for years and years and years, people weren't changing their scripts. They had to be more forceful about deprecating the older system to get people to transition, because it's a bit like, the argument just isn't there, really. Now, RDAP, I think, is probably a little bit like that at the moment, in the fact that you've got, it can be hard to sell some of these things. Like, you've got redirects, and that's good. But if you've got a WHOIS client that more or less does the right thing, do you really want to go back in and rewrite everything? So I think when you get to things like multilingual data, like if you've got a single source for all of the different languages in which this data appears, maybe that starts to tilt the scales a little bit. But I think that's really the main reason, in that, it's good, but the selling point to actually get people to write code, if they've got code today, is maybe not there.
Okay, yes.
Hi, this is Alan Tam from CSP.NET. One question for the implementation of the RDAP. What is the current, plan for Epic to implement the RDAP? And secondly, what about the other IRs? What are the plan to implement that, and what is the timeline, please? Thanks.
Each of the IRs has an RDAP server today. So if you follow the RFCs and you make a query for an IP address, you'll get back an RDAP response today.
Okay.
We have some work we're planning to do later in the year around re-architecting our server, because it's quite memory intensive at the moment, but the actual user experience at the application level won't change. The responses will still be the same. Though, of course, we have this ongoing work with the national registries to get more contact data, multilingual data, etc.
Thanks. The second question is, what are the other RRs plan as regard to the implementation of RDAP?
I'm not sure if they have anything concrete, because they all support it today. So there's, I think for most of them, they're basically happy with how things work today.
By the way, what is Epic's plan to phase out WHOIS service?
We don't want to annoy everybody. But it's kind of a tricky thing. Like, if we're not at the point of thinking that we're going to actively phase out WHOIS, because we appreciate that people's systems depend on it today. And
So what you are saying that the RDAP and the WHOIS will be coexisting for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much for your question and a great sharing from Tom. And I think we had a discussion session right now, and Tom is please stay state. And now I would like to invite two more panelists. Yes. Yes, I would like to invite Mr. Trần Khanh Toàn, Deputy Director of Technical Department from VNIC. And I would invite Muhammad Andres, Head of Training and People Productivity of the IDNIC. Yeah, please go on stage. Okay, we had a panel discussion on the topic secure, sustainable internet infrastructure in the role of NR and also RailC as well. And now we are happy to have three panelists join us today. At first, I would like to give you some minutes to introduce yourself. Okay, first, Andre.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andre from IDNIC.
Hello, everyone. My name is Trần Cảnh Toàn from VNIC. I'm a Deputy Director of Technical Department.
And I'm Tom, Registry Product Manager at APNIC.
Okay, I think that we have know each other very well. So I think we move to the topic. And as you know, IP address is one of the important resources resources for the internet, and how to can build the safe, secure and sustainable internet structure is important. So I would love to know the how happened in Vietnam. And the first question I'm going to give you to the Mr. Ton from VNIC. And what's the orientation of Vietnamese government on developing internet infrastructure and important national internet infrastructure in a safe and standard manner? Can you share with us?
Yes, in Vietnam, the internet infrastructure development when included in the information and communication plan from the period from 2021 to 2030, and the vision to 2050. And in our plan, the infrastructure for information and communication is a unified entity that's beyond the postal network and digital infrastructure and IT industrial infrastructure, and also the platform for the digital transformation and the system for security and cyber security. So the infrastructure is used to build securities and trust environment for develop the digital government, digital economy, and also digital society. And there are some major content that regarding to the internet infrastructure in our plan. First one is we will ensure that no one is left behind. That means that we bring the opportunity to everyone to connect to the internet. In particular, we in 2025, every household will have the fiber connection if they need, and also every pupil that's over the 18 years old will have at least a smartphone. And we also improve the internet connection services for the end user, and not only for fixed broadband but also for mobile broadband. And in particular, for fixed broadband, every individual and user will have the connection speed of 200 megabits per second, and every household and every organization, and also the high-tech park, and research center will have at least 1 gigabyte per second for the fixed broadband. And for the mobile broadband, we will have the connection speed of 4G network is around 40 megabit per second, and for 5G network is 100 megabit per second. The first one we been focused on establish more international connection fiber cable, not only in the mainland but also in the submarine, to ensure the international connectivity from Vietnam to the other country. And we also have targets of by 2025, we will have at least 1 million .vn ccTLD domain name. And we will make .vn domain name with trust and security. For the IPv6, we also focus and continue promotion the IPv6 deployment and API deployment. And for the IoT, we research and implement and ensure that 100% of the expansion infrastructure, like power, like electric, transportation, water, when able to apply the sensor and apply the IoT. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tran, for your sharing the overview of your government in this period. And also, I saw that there are a lot of things in in Vietnam. For example, 4G, 5G, and something, a lot of activity or the .vn as well. And also, I believe that IoT is the concept we think a lot. For example, in last yesterday, and I believe that it's a IoT, the one of the faster of the internet. Yeah, and so I just give the second question regarding to the factor, demand the safety and sustainability of the internet infrastructure. IPAS number, IoT, or ADAP, and or other is one of the important factor to support the internet safer. And I just give the question to Tom. Can you share me how about your opinion about the factor demand the safety and the secure internet?
Yep,
Yeah,
so
IPAS number, IoT, or ADAP, or others, one of the important factor.
I think that really the most important things with the safety and sustainability here are the exclusivity with the resources, so IP addresses and ASNs. If you get into a situation where you have people with sort of competing interests in an address, instead of being able to say, this organization definitively has this address, then that would be a really big problem. So that's, yeah, the exclusivity is critically important. And also being able to contact whoever is nominally in control of the resources is also really important. If we got into a place where you had people using resources, but there was no way to actually get in touch with them, even if you have to jump through a hoop at an RIR to get to them, then I think that would really subvert the way that the system worked in general. So I think it's really a combination of that sort of exclusivity aspect in the rights to the address or the ASN and the contactability that are crucial to the ongoing operation of the system.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much. I think it's IP address and IPAS holder is important factor of the internet, and we are internet as well. And also, I think that there are a lot of things we do to promote the IPv6 API and also the activities to make the internet safer and development. And also, I know that is one of the NR have a lot of activity to give their community to the good product and service. As a third question, I would like to give you to Andre from IDNIC. I know that you have a lot of the support for the community, and you can search them and monitor the use of IPv6 as well with a lot of the technical system. And I would love to know why does IDNIC care about the develop the SaaS products and service?
Right. So when we look into Indonesia, we need to see the scale. Every single month, we receive like 60 new applications for the IP addresses and access, basically the internet resources. So in a whole year, we have like roughly 700 new members. So you see the scales, that's why we care so much about the infrastructures. And since we do the campaign of this ROA and RPKI as well, we, since the inceptions in 2019, now we have like 3 redundant nodes to take care of our member in Indonesia. And we plan to do more, because of this, again, the scale of Indonesia is quite big. So we put a redundancy in many places in Indonesia. We have like more than 15 IX, the Indonesian Internet Exchange, and we plan to put all this RPKA, RPKI-CA, and also the repo on those area with the CDNs. So that's why it's quite critical, since again, the scale of the number of the members, the growth of the members, and also the implementations of the RPKI, definitely it puts a lot of strains into the infrastructure. So having redundancy, having like a quite big capacity, we just had like 10 gigabits link for this RPKI things, just to make things run smoothly for our member.
Great. Yeah, very interesting your information for the activity, and also I think that quick is the product you utilize the most in IDNIC.
Yeah, I mean, like we also have this monitoring as well. We develop using Redis just to monitor everything. And other than that, we actually have activities such as CERT, just to make sure that the security is also happen. So one of the key that we have, like for the trainings, every single training that we have, at least we will deliver for the BGP, IPv6, and then for the information security, and the other one is for the internet resources. So among those, now it's the one that is quite big. The participants are actually coming from the information securities. So they need to understand more about this. In the past, we just need to understand about the IRT on the whois, but now it's not just simply responding to the request, but also how to prevent the cyber attacks that happen in Indonesia.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. I very impressed the activity from IDNIC, and also I would like to know from VNIC, do you have any activity to support the community like IDNIC, and do you have plan to build any system to can manage the IPAS numbers in Vietnam? Mr. Toán, can you share with us?
Yes, as you know, VNIC and IDNIC, the NII in IP region, and we also have the same vision that we not only manage the IP and ASN and also internet resources, but we also monitor how the organization use the internet resources for their business and more efficient. So first of all, we now building our regulatory system that connect to the IPNIC system and transfer the data automatically. And we also want to build more functionality for our system that can not only allocate the internet resources, but also to declare the routing information and who is update something. So to make sure that all the data from VNIC to IPNIC and also from the IP region to all over the world is up to date and exactly. And also we monitor how the organization use the internet resources in Vietnam. And for my opinion, I really impressed by the DAS product by Epic. And we also impressed by the Caterpillar by IDNIC. And we have planned to do the same system for Vietnam in our internet traffic, to monitor internet traffic, and also to find out some problem in our member, and we help our member to protect them from the attacker. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tuan, for your information from Vietnam. And also, I believe that another area had the same activity to promote, the support the community to make the internet better. And also, I heard that about that. Yeah, I think that is one of the interesting product and service from APNIC. And also, I saw that APNIC had a great activity, a lot of the product and service as well. And also, I believe that some products support us to make internet better. And Tom can share with us about which product or which activity that APNIC can support the internet to be safer.
It's obviously something we do on an ongoing basis, but particularly for the next few years, we have some focus areas around this sort of thing. So we're really looking hard at what we can do as far as automation of operations is concerned, because anytime that you can take something from manual work into automated work, you reduce the risk of mistakes, and that, of course, makes things safer, and it's also cheaper, so it's more sustainable as a result. We're also looking at authenticity of data in the registry, so doing what we can to improve the quality of that data and making it so that when people come to APNIC and look for this sort of information, that we're really confident that it's correct. And we're also working with the other registries to align better on our service offerings, and that in turn simplifies people's scripts and API interfaces and etc. So all of these things together should help to make things safer and more sustainable in the longer term.
Okay, thank you. I think that Tom shared with us some of the activity from APNIC, and I saw that APNIC had a lot. There are some the Timo's service. Yeah, after this meeting, we had one of the Timo from the APNIC service and product as well. And hope you can enjoy after the session. And also, I know that we had 3 technical guys in this panelist, and also I know that we know about the target and the overview of target and activity as well. And I look back to the technology. So I would give the question for Henri, which technology is a key technology for the safe and sustainable development of internet?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely RPKI is one of the key technology that we need to care about. And other than that, we also have this DNSSEC things. So having this DNSSEC, we part of the IDNIC project, we deployed to root servers, the KNN root servers. So it's part of the key works that is being done by IDNIC to make sure that the internet is much safer in Indonesia. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's great from IDNIC for the most RPKI. I think we had also in Taiwan, in Vietnam, and in Japan as well. We promote RPKI a lot. And also, I think I have the last question for 3, the panel discussion today. Also, I think just yes, we are internet as well, and also IP address and AS number is one of the key factors of internet, and also registry. From APNIC, the registry IR, and also NIR, from IDNIC and VNA as well. And I would love to know about what's the strategic plan in the period 2025, 2030. How you do to make and promote safety and sustainable development of internet. And maybe I will give the first for Vietnam, Viennick.
Thank you. Yes, it's not so far because it's now in 2022, and for the next 5 years, next 6 years, we also have plan, but not very clearly. Now we are building the new strategy for the next 5 years, from 2025 to 2030. And in our vision, first born my DG, so that's internet for all. And for security and scalability, I think that regulatory system will have the very important role for ensure the security for internet operation. And I'm thinking of regulatory system when you know when helps the network operator to ensure the securities for when they peering with someone and when they receive the advertising from the other router. And registries will have the up-to-date data and exactly data. So that's and also we when you know in our registry system we will simplify as much as possible for everyone to deploy the API, RV and our RAS update deploys. And I think of registries when you know thinking of in the near future the other database like IDB in not with nothing secure will replaced by our database. So not only NIR but also I think IR here, Epic and other IR will cooperate with the other to maintain the database up to date and to help the internet operator reference to make the internet safer. That is my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tuan, for your opinion about the in next 5 years in Vietnam. Also, how about in Indonesia?
Okay, so I'm a big believer in, in three things in delivering the information technology. And also the same applies for the internet registry. It's people, process, and technology. So for the people part, we still have the focus on developing, the gap in Indonesia is quite wide, especially between Java and also the outside Java, where, the knowledge gap about the internet delivery is still, that big. So develop the people is our main concerns. So that's why one of the main activities in IDNIC, we have like at least 4 times in a year to have the trainings across Indonesia. The second one for the process, we just need to make sure that the how the internet registry work in Indonesia with IDNIC is aligned with the APNIC policy. So we just need to make sure that we have to comply. And sometimes a bit, I'm not saying difficult. It's just we just need to be careful and when delivering the policy of the APNIC to our member in Indonesia. Sometimes language barrier is there. They need to understand how the policy should be followed. Because sometimes it's just, can you do this for me, for us? And then we say, no, actually the policy says something like this. But we can't really say like, no, the policy says something like this. We need to make sure that they understand very well. So we do that one on our OPM just to make sure to clarify a few things. So the people and then the process, and the last one, definitely the technology. So we still keep working closely with Tom, with APNIC, with the development, the API. Thanks, Tom, for that one. So these developments, strengthens the relationship, and basically having an automations will reduce errors and everything else. So we still see that to develop the technology, to develop the redundancy, and then to develop some security appliance that is basically to help us deliver our internet registry better. That will be our visions within the next few years. Yeah, so that's all.
Wonderful. I think it's very interesting from Indonesia. I need to focus on human people and also process and technology as well. And the last, and I could like to, we have that in sharing from the two NIRs in Vietnam and Indonesia, and I would love to know the opinion, the plan from IR like APDIC, yeah, in the next 5 years.
Oh, sure. So some particular things that we're anticipating over the next 5 years, we have ASPA objects in RPKI. And one thing that comes up very regularly with RPKI is that the only object that's commonly in use is the rower. And all that does is protect the origin, people can fake the origin, etc. And ASPA objects are going to help with, to a degree, with verifying the path. So that's going to be really useful. It's been a while and it's not quite finalized yet, but over the next period of time that should happen. And yeah, that should be a significant benefit to everybody when we get that, when it's finalized and implemented. Another thing is relating to that authenticity of the registry. At the moment, the registry state is just there's plain text files on our FTP server. So it's we can make lots of improvements there. We can do things like publishing what's actually happened at a business level each day, so that you can take the current state and then apply those changes on top and confirm that we've done the right thing with the next day's files and so on. So it's all about building up trust in our operations. We're not doing sort of hacking stuff in to get to the right place, things like that. So yeah, so those are two things that we're doing over the next period of time that will hopefully help to move these things along.
Okay, thank you so much. I think it's important for the keyword today. I think that we are forgot to have a security and a sustainable internet. So we forgot to have a lot of activity from regulatory like NIR and IR as well. And also the question for the panelists, and we had 3 minutes at the end of the this session. I would love to give the question for the audience. I think that there are some NIR this room, and I look forward to have any plan for the next 5 years to how to can support and build the internet be better, be safer. And I just give the question for the audience for some friend from JP Nick, CN Nick, and TW Nick, Kisa as well. Can you share your opinion about next 5 years?
I was going to give everyone a bit of a chance to think about that. I'm Carla Scarda from APNIC. I just wanted to go back to the comment that you made earlier about Dash, just to let everybody know that we are considering releasing Dash for the NIRs to use. We had a discussion with the APNIC EC over the first few days of this conference to find out what kind of fees they had appetite to discuss. So this will be definitely a topic of discussion with the NIRs in the coming months. So we look forward to discussing this with you.
Okay, thank you, Carla, for your information. We love to work closely with APNIC to can deploy that and support our internet. Is there any question? Yeah, we applaud.
Yes, Makito from APNIC asking with personal. Makito from APNIC asking with personal capacity. To promote RPKI, is it a good idea for NIR and government to mandate ROA and ROV? Yes or no? Why? Thank you.
I think the one that can answer is Vietnam, because Vietnam is part of the government.
Okay, Mr. Chuan can answer this question.
Yes, I think we can do two type promotion tasks in deploy promote the API deployment. First one, encourage the organization the benefits of API, RA and RV, and that's like in Japanese do. We maybe we do the lab and to show the organization the benefits from the technology can protect the network operator. The second one is to force the organization like government organization to deploy the API and also force the ISP to some big ISP in the nation deploy the ROV and deploy the API in the nation. I think two kind of thing.
Can I have the opinion?
Okay, yes, Ms. Tanji.
For us in Indonesia, the best way we can do is because since the internet community is not part of the government agencies, unlike Vietnam, so we just simply implement those things in the internet exchange that across Indonesia. It's so we kind of like forcing them basically to deploy. So that's why we have like 84% right now, because you don't have any other options rather than to turn it on. Even though, I know that some IX, they don't drop the invalid at the moment yet, because it's, part of the business continuity that we need to but by having like, you should implement these things right now, enable it right now. So you prevent in the future is when we basically drop everything. So if you have an invalid RPKI and then, okay. So we are well prepared right now, kind of like that. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Andrea and Mr. Tan, for your sharing. I think it's the great from the case study in Vietnam and Indonesia. And also, I looked at there are some NR would like to give the last question. I give the audience. How about in the next 5 years? Do you have any opinion about what happened in your community we open mind for everyone. Yeah, I think my friend Jataji.
Hi, Taiji from JPNIC. For 5 years, it's a kind of difficult question, but one thing I can say is that we as NIRs are not the game service providers, because we cannot build the service and gain the incomes from the users. But our services are affected for wider players comparing with the gaming players. So we need to have balances for moving forward. And at that position, I strongly feel that the aspect of the colleagues of supporting internet work, so we can across our agendas or ideas, and includes APNIC and Mazu, so we can introduce to our own systems and come over the issues. Then it maybe need more than 5 years, but after the 5 years, we will be the better places comparing with now. Is that the answer?
Yes,
for you?
okay, that's great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that it's hard for 5 years. What happened in the future, we don't know. However, we look forward to have many activity from the registry and also the call off with the ISP and mobile operator and AS operator as well, because we did not go alone. I think we could go work together. It's better. So I think it sums up, and just I would like to thank you again for Taji for your sharing, and also you're very professional for RPKI, support RPKI in your community, and also thank you again for all of the panelists and speakers to willing share their opinion and update today. And again, I thank you so much for all of the attendees joining with us. And I think I would like to thank you again, and the session will officially include right now. Yeah, thank you again. See you. Okay, I would like to invite all the speakers go on stage, and we have the photograph together.